Yeah, so welcome to the pre-show, everybody. Thanks for hanging out early. We appreciate it. But we were talking about the national championship game going on, and Taylor was like, "Oh, I'm missing it," because he wasn't like that, but he did mention it.
I did. I
And
mean, I actually
yeah,
do enjoy watching football, so I am eager to.
exactly.
I'll be able to see
And
the end of the game though, so
yeah,
that's
for
fine.
sure, for sure. And I used to be into football. Okay, I used to be into all kinds of sports. I'm still into like hockey. Hockey's fun. Not into it as much as I was. Playoff baseball is probably when I get the most interested in sports because
Yeah,
it's like the best of the best of the best every fucking game, and it's just
I mean,
I'm just a big fan of baseball.
theoretically, that's how like every sport is during the playoffs.
Well, I mean, true, but baseball's a little bit. Baseball's just unique.
I guess
Okay, I guess
baseball
that's the way
has
to
like
put
a
it.
narrower field than like,
Yeah,
and it is also true that they play so many damn games, you know. But
yeah, it's hard to watch during the season, dude. It's really hard to watch. Yeah, Andy chimed in hockey. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of hockey, dude. Hockey playoffs are
as am I.
some of the best shit ever to watch. I don't care what you're doing. But he's talking about football, and I'm an Eagles fan, right? I'm originally from Allentown, Pennsylvania. That's where I was born. I moved when I was like 10, but it's one of the things I remember with my grandfather, right? Like watching Eagles games and the Phillies. You know, Phillies was a bigger deal. I cried when the Phillies won that World Series. You know, some time ago. But when the Eagles won, it was like, all right, great. And I was like, thought to myself, I don't have to watch football anymore. It was kind of like you know what I mean? I paid off this
You
like
paid your dues.
legacy, thing. And because, dude, honestly, football's kind of boring. Okay, they do something, it takes like 5 seconds, and then we wait 45 seconds for them to do another thing,
I
and
mean,
then there's
like with
two. It's
anything
kind of
else,
boring.
right? Like
It's kind of boring.
that's just true of sports in general, and
It's
probably
true.
true of
It's
like
true.
anything in general, right? Like if you're not invested in it, it's going to be pretty miserable. Like the major complaint against soccer, right, is that like goals are so rare.
But they always moving the ball.
They are always moving the ball.
I
That is
mean,
true. It
that's
has
like hockey's
uninterrupted
the best of
action.
both worlds, even though hockey only well, and NBA too. NBA there's always a play. They're always
Yeah.
doing a play. There's not a lot as much slowdown, but it's just really hard for me to imagine how popular the NFL is with all of the stoppage. It's almost like a heart attack. It's like, all right, I'm all cool and calm, and then
Well, there is
bam,
a
something
trade-off there,
exciting
right?
happens. It
Like
is a trade-off.
the
For
trade-off,
sure.
like that does arguably build tension in a way that you don't necessarily have that thing.
You are
But
not
you're not
wrong.
going to be talking about like football being slow, and then also in the same breath talk about baseball being exciting.
No, baseball is definitely slow, but
Yeah,
it is. That's why I gave you that caveat with football, because baseball is
yeah.
the same way, especially in the playoffs, because anything can happen at any fucking time. The Phillies proved it in the playoffs this last, year. They didn't go as far as they wanted because the team that won cheated, but I
Hmm.
won't go there. Um,
I
uh,
mean, they have documented evidence of the Astros
they did
cheating,
cheat.
but
They did cheat, but I also used to have a gambling problem. Let's not go there. Let's get the show started.
kind of burying the lead there a bit.
You don't think anybody will watch that garbage?
Some people will watch anything, Scarlett.
It's true, Red. Man, I recently rewatched the G.I. Joe that had the Rockies retaliate. Dude, that movie's amazing. Okay.
Oh, the one from like the second live action one they tried.
Yeah, the one that's got
That's pretty good. Yeah.
See, now I'm blank on everyone's names. Greetings, geeks. Welcome back. It's
It
another
had
episode
a
of this geeky Bruce Willis is in it.
Bruce
That's
Willis
the
is
one I
briefly in it.
remember.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah.
skip on the intro there. Go ahead and do that.
No. But it's another episode
Yeah,
of this
Shit
week's
Talk
Comics
Show,
Out
whatever.
Ricky's Comic Book Shit Talk Show.
Shit talk show. Anyway, but
It's
yeah,
a Gomer and Taylor hour for right now. Dave's supposed to come back. I think he has.
I hope so.
I don't
But
know. He's got
yeah, the
some
second
he
GI
actually
Joe was a
don't make it.
huge improvement over the first one. I mean, the
Dude,
first one
I
was like
loved it.
cartoony
Dude,
and
Ray
campy
Park
and everything
is in
like that. But yeah,
Ray
that's the guy I was
Park
trying to
is
think
in
of.
that
Ray Park.
fucking
Yeah,
movie.
he's Snake Eyes. Yeah,
I mean, everybody. There's a lot of good actors in that fucking movie. There
yeah.
really are, and not just The Rock, who I don't know if The Rock is.
The guy who was Firefly in the movie, like I couldn't tell you his name, but like I've seen him in a whole
He
bunch
been
of
in some
like
shit.
yeah, though he's one of those action movie guys, and he usually
Yeah,
plays like a
he's like
pretty
a B
skeezy guy.
action movie sort of guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very underappreciated movie. Just saying. I had it on the background the other day when I was doing
It's
shit. And I
easily
couldn't
the
look
best
away.
live action G.I. Joe movie,
Yeah,
although its
100%.
competition is that Snake
Very,
Eyes
very
movie
low.
and that really bad first one with
Yeah,
Channing
yeah.
Tatum.
It's easy for Bumblebee to be the best Transformers movie. You
Yeah.
know, it's really easy, even though there's like 8 of those motherfuckers.
I will say for
But
the record, though,
anyway,
the Snake Eyes movie was significantly better than that first live action one.
I hated
But
the Snake
again,
Eyes movie, but
that
yeah,
is a really low bar to clear, but yes.
yeah, dude, yeah. Is the zoom okay on this? Should I go one bigger? I think I might have
Go one
reset it.
bigger.
Let me pick the right fucking screen. No, that's gonna ruin it. Yeah,
That's
that's gonna
fine.
ruin it. Let's.
No?
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah,
Hey, you know
this
better
is
than
fine.
I. Go ahead.
Yeah, this looks fine. Anyway, we're talking about new comics coming out this week. I know everyone's watching the football game, the college football game, as we mentioned. That's where Dave went. He's like, "Oh, I got problems." You got $50 on TCU or whatever.
That rascal.
But some good Image books this week. It's actually a really big week for Marvel, and DC may have their biggest book of the year this week. All Against All #2 continues that book. Let's look at Black Cloak #1 though. It's a Kelly Thompson book, known for her work over at Marvel. Meredith McLean doing some art on this. An all new series, Blade Runner style mixed with saga esque drama. I hate when they say saga esque drama. That's like the go to. It's almost like a name drop. I don't like that. But I'm
I,
in on this.
I
I'm
guess
in
that's
on this.
conveying the idea that it's like interpersonal drama is like the main crux
Right.
of the book.
Right.
Okay.
That's my thoughts on it. A sci-fi blend as 2 black cloaks try to solve the murder of a beloved prince. The last city in the known world. I don't know. It seems like a fantasy sort of
Okay, so I guess that's the Blade
crossover.
Runners. It's all dystopian and shit.
Yeah. Art is a little unique here. Still looks fine. I'm really interested in reading this story though from Kelly Thompson and her creator-owned stuff.
Yeah.
It is a triple-sized first issue for only $5, so it's
Well,
definitely
that's a
worth a
good
pickup.
value.
Yeah,
But yeah,
definitely worth a pickup.
yeah, Kelly Thompson is definitely the draw there for sure.
Yeah. It comes with a Jeff DeCall cover. It's got a Christian Ward cover. It's got a Momoko cover. It's got 2 Tula Lote covers. One, the naked cover, which is the one to grab if you can find it. So yeah, that looks really cool. Moving on, Bloodstained Teeth, fantastic series. It's up to issue 8 now. Go find that first trade. It'll be cheaper than buying the issues almost. But one of my picks of the week, the finale of the second chapter of the Bone Orchard Mythos, Black Feathers #5. Just can't rave enough about this series. It's just been so good. Jeff Lemire didn't even get an official call out in my top 3. He got like his own call out, in my best of 2023. Because I had such a good time with every fucking thing he did. My whole top 3 just could have been made up of all my best of 2023 could have been made up of just shit he was doing. But alas, yeah, end of Black Feathers, Andy. It's kind of bittersweet because I know it's going to be good.
Well, it's something I
actually know
always
it's
look
going to be
forward
good
to is
because I've
the last
already
issue in
read
the
it.
mini, right? Because that means it's
Yeah.
getting a trade soon.
Exactly. And there's 2 trays to buy with this. You want to buy that first one, Passageway too, But I mean, I don't know. You can read them separately, but man, why not? Why not? And again, when these are all collected, they're going to look amazing, sitting on a shelf, all beautiful. Bunch of variants for that one as well. Dark Ride #4. It's like a haunted, demonic amusement park. It's so much fun. It's Dark Ride, but man, it is such a fun ride. A lot of variants for that one as well. Dead Lucky in the Massiverse. Gospel #3. Man, I don't even remember what this is about. Ancient Woodland looks like some fantasy thing. I don't even remember reading the first 2 issues of that, so maybe I'll want to go back. Some more Spawn. We'll talk about Spawn in a minute before we, do what we do. Least we can do. This looks okay, or it's been okay, but man, the Image is having like an amazing run right now. Just so many fucking damn good books. It's just brilliant. Little Monsters #9, more Jeff Lemire. Nemesis Reloaded, Mark Millar coming back to his, creator-owned. What if
Evil Batman.
Yeah, what if Batman was the Joker, basically? Jorge Jimenez doing the art, almost worth it, just for the Jimenez art, even if you haven't been keeping up with Nemesis. But you should be. It's really fucking good.
Wasn't there like some brouhaha back when the first series of Nemesis came out about it being like a show or a movie or something?
No, Mark Millar made a deal with Netflix. He's got like an exclusive first look where Netflix is gonna, adapt some of his shit. And one of those ones that was rumored to be one of the first on the slate was Nemesis. That's when superheroes were different, and we weren't in like a weird recession where we're not in a recession. Everything just costs more. Um, and Warner Brothers is just canceling projects for tax write-offs and shit.
Yeah.
It's weird, dude. It's really weird. But yeah, they're getting a bunch of fucking covers for Nemesis too. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. A Quietly cover, a Steve McNiven cover, a Fiona fucking Staples cover
We were talking last
for
week, right, about
Nemesis.
Image not doing so
What?
many variants, but they have clearly abandoned that for this week,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and it's just a matter of them being the go-to place for these big name writers who want to make more money. They know the collectible market is hot. They know Nemesis is bound to get an adaptation. Same thing with a lot of these other books, that have like Black Cloak. I know that's what they're looking for that, right? So if we have a naked Tula Lotte cover, that book's gonna shoot up as soon as this gets greenlit. You know what I mean? And that's what they're counting on. That's what they're counting on for the
Yeah.
collectors to pick those up. Nothing against that. That's not like a
I mean, no,
critique
I
on that
mean
one way or the other.
that's a fine way for them, for artists to get more work, for them to get more money. So hey,
Yeah.
seems like a
There seems
victimless
to be
thing.
this struggle. Yeah, there seems to be this like rift between collectors and readers, and it's like, man, just shut up.
I mean, honestly, if the
Everybody can buy
collectors
for
can
whatever
like
reason they
get all
want.
these damn variants, and I could just pick up like the non-special like main cover of the book, that's better for me. It makes it more likely that I'm going to be
Yup.
able to get the book.
Exactly, dude. I did want to talk about Spawn because we had one before, but it wouldn't be a week without either Kirkman or McFarlane. And we do get a McFarlane, and it's a Mike Del Mundo on sort of a standalone Spawn mini series. This is very compelling to me. I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy it. I've liked Spawn before, but I'm not like one of these Spawn guys. You know what I mean? I'm not like
Yeah, like Spawn
so
is a
into
character
Spawn,
that I
but
appreciate from a distance.
yeah, and that's what I think this is. This is kind of distance because look, it's only 2 issues, one of 2.
Yeah.
So
And
that
hey,
is
I mean,
kind
Mike
of
Del
distant.
Mundo drawing Spawn just looks fucking awesome, I gotta say.
Exactly, and that's the reason I wanted to mention that. That also has a Del Mundo Virgin variant because that's what we do. I call them naked variants. I don't know why. Is that something different?
I did not think that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was like
Yeah, it
wondering in my
doesn't
head,
have
like,
like the
what
trade
is he
dress on
talking
there.
about?
It doesn't have the
Yeah.
dress on there. Like it doesn't have the logos or any of the markings for the publisher.
Okay.
Yeah, Virgin. I always call them naked. Anyway, Time Before Time and Two Graves, 2 good books that just keep on going. And Zombie versus Robots gets collected for $20. Definitely worth a visit if you haven't before. Moving on to Boom. I think the only thing to mention over here, Damn Them All has been fine. Not really my cup of tea, but it's been fine. Sort of like a hard-boiled, like British sort of thing. Grim number 7 is great though. It's kind of like a Grim Reaper goes rogue and trying to figure out what's going
Yeah,
on, and there's
it is
this
a
weird
shame David didn't
mystery.
get here in time for this, because this is one of the
Yeah,
books that he likes to talk up.
yeah, he does really enjoy this book. One of his favorites in recent memory, and the art
I
is
always think
solid.
it just sounds like Yu Yu Hakusho, but hey, I love Yu Yu Hakusho, so that's not
Yeah,
a knock.
exactly. Yeah, and I know that's an anime that I have never seen or know of, but still, Know Your Station
Filthy
number 2.
casual. Whatever.
Yeah, not bad. It's like an ultra wealthy sort of thing. It's on a space station. There's a bunch of rich people, and we're basically following like one of the workers there as they trudge along through their day.
I
And then
remember
there's a
saying
murder.
before that this sounded like Elysium, that
It
Neil
does.
Blomkamp movie.
It very much reminds me of Elysium, that Matt Damon. Matt Damon.
Man,
movie.
Demon.
Matt fucking Damon. Something is Killing the Children continues number 28. And Specs, number 3 of 4. This has been a surprisingly fun series about a couple of boys. They're young adults, teenagers, who get those glasses like in the back of the comic, the X-ray specs. But it ends
Yeah.
up granting them wishes with like these weird twists, where, man, I wish you didn't have to suffer anymore. And like the dude like dies, weird shit going on in this. It's from David M. Boer, great writer. Chris Sheehan, also a friend of his on social media. Just a great book from them, honestly. So much fun. That's it from Boom this week. Moving on to Dark Horse. Assassin's Apprentice continues. That's an adaptation of the novel. Masquerade continues. That's like a superhero thing set in that one universe they got. And One's number 3 of 4. This is Bendis's current book. It's just okay. We also get some Star Wars there. That's nice. That's nice. High Republic Adventures. That's the all ages shit set in the what is it called? The middle universe almost. There's the Old Republic, and then there's where we're at now.
Yeah,
and then there's
like
it's kind of in the
recent
middle there,
enough that like Yoda was alive, but like
Yeah.
way before like the main movies
Yeah.
timeline.
Yeah. And not bad. We're gonna get a whole lot of that this year. 8-issue series there. So, moving on to IDW, Crashing number 4. Not as good as I wanted it to be. It's kind of hard to explain. It really feels like it's like a superhero doctor nurse, like a night nurse sort of character, but she's like a drug addict and she's unstable. It's kind of fun in that way, but just wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting more other stuff. Oh, look, Dave's chiming in from YouTube. He's having some trouble, obviously. Maybe he'll be here by the time we're through the Marvel stuff.
We'll see. So basically at the end. Well, that is when we need him most. That is true.
Yeah, that's when we need him the most, because there's nothing that looks very good there. But we get some Godzilla and we get some My Little Pony from IDW. That's it. Really feeling no G.I. Joe, no Transformers. Really feeling it, IDW. I know you're kicking it with the Star Trek, but something got to give. Something got to give.
I mean, as long as they have the My Little Pony license, they'll be able to keep the lights on.
I don't know about that. I mean, Valiant keeps the lights on with one book a month. So, I mean...
Do they, though? I honestly don't think that's sustainable, so we'll see.
I don't know. Here's Dave chiming in. Hi, guys. Hey, guys. Hey, I wish you were here. You could be.
Yeah, sorry for your computer troubles, man.
You have the link. Moving on to DC, Distinguished Competition, Batman and the Joker Deadly Duo. This is the Silvestri book. It's been okay. It's an okay story. It feels a little dated, but the art's amazing. That Mark Silvestri art, hard to compete. Batman Adventures continue. This is the animated series, sort of continuation book, and it's the debut. Sounds really fun. I mean, it's Burnett and Dini, returning to the animated series. I mean, if you've ever been a fan of Batman, that's probably where you're the fan of Batman from. And yeah, there's no reason not to pick this up. It's going to make a beautiful trade, though, if you wanted to wait till next year. More Batman with Scooby-Doo and more Batman with Batman Incorporated. Batman Incorporated has been a whole shit ton of fun. I like that team. I think it's it's interesting. So, and then we get Batman Urban Legends. I'm pretty sure this is the last issue of this. It's not going to tell us here, but
wouldn't it be 24 though?
Yeah, it is the final showdown. This is the last issue. No, that's what's weird. And I can show you. I could go to Lunar, but I know I read it. This is the final issue.
I mean, I believe
it's going to be interesting because you do bring up that point. Yeah, you do bring up that point that I was going to bring up. That ending on an odd number is kind of weird when you're going to try to collect.
Yeah, usually you keep them divisible by 6.
This is an odd sort of way to collect a book. Because it's an anthology where the stories were broken up into 3 or 4, sometimes 5 issues. So they may just collect those. All right, we're just going to collect these 5 stories. And then here's 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've got to come up with something unique. But there's ain't no way I'm buying a trade.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
When they're not collecting, when they're collecting bullshit stories that I don't want. I want maybe 1 or 2 of the stories.
They should probably just do the trades for all the individual storylines instead of like, here's a trade, half of it you don't want to read,
They should republish them as one-shots. I'm sorry. They should just republish them as fucking one-shots and let me buy them. Because those are the ones I want. It could be $10 one-shots, but I'll still buy it. And it's just reprinted material. You ain't paying nobody. Danger Street number 2, Tom King. I know you enjoyed this. I don't think we actually reviewed it on the show. I think
I think that's one of the weeks we missed, yeah.
But I think but I know you enjoyed this. We talked about it, right? You had a good time with this.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, I don't know if you and I talked about it, but yeah, I enjoyed it enough. I mean, this is Tom King's, like, give him characters that no one gives a shit about and just let him do whatever go wild.
Yeah. He excels there. He definitely does. Flash number 123 is a facsimile. Probably the most famous Flash cover, if not one of the most famous covers.
Yeah, I would say for sure most famous Flash cover, but yeah, it is up there
This
for most
created the
famous covers
multiverse.
of all time.
This
I mean,
established the multiverse first. More before Marvel, before any other company. It's my understanding that this is the cover that established that a multiverse exists in comics.
I forget who it was, but some writer put forward the argument that this is the most important issue of DC Comics ever printed because it introduced the idea of a multiverse.
Yep. Yeah, he's not wrong. Yeah. That leads us to Flash 790, a series that has just been so much fun. Of course, they're going to keep this going. They're actually doubling this up starting very soon. And yeah, they're going to be at that 800th issue in fucking no time, by the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
Start doing 2 a month. It'll be in no time that they'll have those out. So
even if they don't, they'll probably hit it, even if they just do 1 a month,
Well, yeah, but I'm sure they want to get. Well, yeah, you're not wrong. And Flash is having kind of a comeback. All of DC Comics is having a comeback.
I love that cover, that variant there.
Yeah, I was about to show off. I love that cover. My favorite part of this cover is the nuance there on that Flash watch. Oh, that's freaking great. Look at the dude he took his gun apart. Oh, that's rad, dude. Yeah, a lot of detail there. Love that shit. There's another nice cover, Mustafa. Harley Quinn 24 is the second printing. Human Target number 10. It looks like we're getting a double dose of Tom King this week. And it's getting a 1 in 25 Jeff DeCall cover. Damn, that's going to be hard to find, but damn, it's beautiful. Man, that's gorgeous.
That is a good cover, yeah.
Yeah. If you ain't down with Human Target yet, there's no way for you to get in. Just wait until it's done. It's hard-boiled, kind of. I don't know if I want to say it's like tongue-in-cheek, but there are some parts that are kind of tongue-in-cheek.
It is going for like a noir vibe for sure.
Yeah.
But like it's taking like, the grim, gritty noir genre, but it also has like bright, colorful superheroes in it. So it is a pretty interesting mix.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I Am Batman number 17. Still loving that series. But here's the big one, $6 for the regular cover. The Lazarus Planet Alpha number 1. Here it is. It's a big deal somehow.
Man, they are not waiting a minute after Dark Crisis ended before them to get on this, huh?
Yeah, and I did read. You should read Dark Crisis as well as Batman versus Robin number 4, to get caught up on all of the goings on here. It is more Mark Waid. This is basically Mark Waid's baby. I'm in, dude. I'm all in. I'm stoked.
Well, I do trust Mark Waid, so that does up its stock quite a lot for me. But I am a little fatigued on DC Event right now, though.
Yeah, lots of variant covers, man. A whole lot of variant covers.
They are really pushing monkey prints on a lot of these,
Dude, they really are. Mark Waid must just really have a thing for him. But I heard they're going to try to make a Monkey King by the end of the year. And I don't know how that's going to work. I hope it involves Grodd. That's my favorite part of the monkeys in DC. Just saying. Suicide Squad Blaze. This was like a Black Label book. It was solid. Swamp Thing Green Hell. Second printing. Swamp Thing Green Hell. Second printing. Does this mean we're finally going to get Green Hell? Finally. Are we going to get it soon? I don't know.
I mean, God, it's legitimately been close to a year, honestly.
Homeboy got sick, man. Dude doing the art got sick.
I mean, I understand everything, but just it's unusual to have such a this is like Last Ronin territory, like gap between books at this point.
Yeah. Wildcats number 3 and Wonder Woman 795. It does get a cool David Nakayama cover that I want to show off. Shit, I'll show off the Mitch Gerard's cover too. Fuck it, because they're both beautiful. DNA, come on, cover. There it is. DNA cover, David Nakayama. Just gorgeous. I think that maybe that's not David Nakayama. Either way, it's beautiful. And then, nope. The other one was the Mitch Gerard's cover. This is the David Nakayama cover. They just pretty Diamond stupid. Diamond dumb as hell. That's a beautiful cover, though, man. Great stuff. On a Marvel, Amazing Spider-Man number 17 continues the Dark Web storyline. Sorry, Spider-Man ain't been good. Remember how much I bitched about Dan Slott's run? Man, I wish we were back on Dan Slott's run. It was so
Dan
much
Slott's
better than
run was
this.
great compared to a lot of the stuff that's come
Oh,
after. I mean, the
gosh.
Nick Spencer run was no good.
Yes.
This is I gave up
Mediocre,
on this
dude.
before it really started.
Yeah, dude. I'm not enjoying Dark Web at all. Even the X-Men books are just kind of meh. But we do get like these Disney covers. Disney celebrating its 100th anniversary, which is kind of weird. So it's like the original Avengers cover, but with
Yeah,
Disney
well, that's
characters.
Avengers number 5, the one with Captain America.
Oh yeah, number 5.
Yeah,
Yeah, first Captain America. Yeah, actually, it says "What If," so I wonder if they're playing off of a "What If." But I don't know,
maybe.
because there are some "What Ifs" that are also like homage covers with a twist, So
Yeah,
who the fuck knows? It's a weird money grab, but hey, whatever. Get that money.
I mean, it's
There's JRJR
fine. I mean, it's a
classic
cute
homage.
idea.
Yeah, and if you're into Disney, hell yeah, go for it. Yeah. What else? Oh, War Across Time #1. This is the Paul Levitz, Alan Davis book. This is trying to take advantage, like a lot of those X-Men books do, on like, revisits to classic stories. Peter
Yeah.
David's been doing this shit. Even what's his name, Larry Hama, was doing stuff like this.
That being said, Alan Davis drawing a book is definitely something that piques my interest.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And a lot of great variants for that as well. Black Panther number 13. This is coming to an end pretty soon. A lot of Black Panther fans are happy about that. I know you're amongst them. You hate to see when a book gets canceled at all, but you really had a problem with this book from the start. I enjoyed it, especially after the run where he went to fucking space. I couldn't stand that. Galactic civilization of Wakanda.
I guess we're just of two opinions on that one. I enjoyed Ta-Nehisi Coates' run.
It had moments, but
when
he went into space, I was like, yeah. But I mean, immediately in the Ridley one, like he took away the crown. He took T'Challa's like political power away, and basically made him a bad guy having to clean up a mess. And I can understand how that would rub people the wrong way, but I loved it. I loved him doing that shit. Anyway, moving on to Captain America: Symbol of Truth, easily the second best Captain America book ongoing right now. That's not to say it's bad. It's actually really good.
It's good, but it is saddled with a difficult comparison because that Sentinel Liberty book it's amazing.
Yeah, it's
that being said,
wild. I'm really loving Sentinel Liberty.
This book is definitely worth picking up just for the art alone, though. I mean, that page is chef's kiss.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. RB Silva killing it on the art. Great motion in the art. Great, just the emotion in the faces has been really good.
I will say though, the one thing that's kind of been bugging me about this book, like, are we supposed to know who this White Wolf guy is? Was he an established character from before? They keep talking about this place that they're from, and oh, we're ending the system of apartheid, and like, I have no fucking idea what this place is or who these people are.
Yeah, I don't know who that is either, man. I don't know who that is either. Scotty Young getting an homage cover. Yeah, it's good though.
It is.
Carnage #9. I think this is Ram V still continuing this horror book. I know no one who's reading this. I know I'm not reading it. I am just not a fan of Carnage at all. I am a fan of horror and comics, but Marvel's horror side tends to be way too like big and shit like that. I don't know. Just not
Carnage is just Carnage is not for us, and that's fine. Yeah. People can enjoy Carnage. Yeah. I don't really like Venom, and I especially don't like Carnage, but it's whatever,
Yeah.
But Daredevil,
some hot books now, dude. Chip Zdarsky, Rafael De La Torre, Marco Cicchetto doing the cover. This is wonderful. We're finally getting some of this big punch shit going on. We get a great shot of fucking Elektra and Matt having this amazing conversation, and her getting pissed. Oh, that's my favorite part of the book is their relationship. Since Zdarsky has been on this book, that's been my favorite part is their relationship. When Elektra took over, being a Daredevil, it just worked so well for me. I will always read Zdarsky shit until he lets me down, and he hasn't yet. So just happy they're getting that Punisher shit in there, man.
Yeah.
Dark Web Miss Marvel. Did you read the first issue of this? I know you were thinking about picking it up. Yeah, it was just okay. It's
I love Miss Marvel, but this I think I am out of the dark web. I'm going to let this one pass me by.
She in limbo now.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. But it's just okay because of the dark web. Like you said, the dark web shit, brings it down. Ghost Rider number 10, Ben Percy. It's weird that Ghost Rider is Ben Percy's third best book at fucking Marvel. It's weird because he's introduced this Exhaust character. He's got like this mysterious CIA agent who's all into the occult, and man, it's been scary. It's been like a real good horror book. Look at that. That's wild, dude. That is some crazy shit going on. Look at that.
Speaking of like horror at Marvel, jeez.
Yeah, but this one really hits it. It feels like it's more contained in itself. Carnage feels big. This doesn't feel as big, but man, it's so good. It's so good. I don't know how Ben Percy can get Juan Jose Rip to do a Wolverine book, but can't get him to do a fucking Ghost Rider book. Come on. More Rip at Marvel. More Juan Jose Rip, please. But yeah, a bunch of different variants for Exhaust, man. That he's a cool character, and I hope we see a lot more of him. Legion of X number 9, I think this is the penultimate issue. I only see one other issue solicited for this. This has been bottom tier. It's
definitely bottom tier X books, which isn't to say that it's bad, but
it's just not very good.
I could only get so many X-Men books, and this one is very much like lost in the wash for me.
Yeah, me too, man. Mary Jane and Black Cat number 2, still another dark web tie-in. Great covers for that though, but whatever. Demonized variant, whatever that means anymore. Mech Strike gets collected. Miles Morales number 2. This is a big one for me this week, man. I love that first issue. I know you have a problem with it being a little bit too first issue syndrome, setting up, but I'm hoping we can get you over, man. Not that you hate it.
I did not think it was bad at all. I'm definitely picking up the second issue.
Yeah, man. I'm all over this shit. I'm so excited to read. And it's a good Superman. It feels like it's throwback to what Peter Parker used to be, but we have that now with Miles Morales.
Yeah.
And there's different angles there. And it's not just a rehash, but it is revisiting sort of that same tone and feeling.
I mean, honestly, ever since Friendly Neighborhood by Tom Taylor ended, Miles Morales has far and away been the Spider-Man to read, Oh, look who it is!
Oh, for sure, man. Love this homage cover here. Oh, it's Big Dude in the hizzy. What's up, dude? He still can't hear us. Monica Rambeau Photon number 2. First issue that was just okay. It does have a Momoko homage variant. That is very nice. Very nice.
That is pretty, yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Dave's here, but we can't. Yeah, we can't hear you, bro. Yeah, he's going to go. Yeah, he's got some major problems. Moon Girl and Devil, Dinosaur number 2. All ages sort of book. Not really my cup of tea, but the first issue was exactly as you'd expect it to be for a young reader sort of book. Definitely advise you to pick that up. This is getting ready for that show. There's an animated show coming.
Yeah, that's I think due out sometime this year, right?
Really hot. Yeah, I think it's really soon, dude. I think it's really, really soon. Great stuff there. Moon Knight number 19, always a winner. Predator number 6. If you're into Predator, I think you might dig that. I'm not sure. Dave's back, maybe. David Pepos is.
Oh, Dave, can you hear us?
Savage Avengers continue.
Can you hear me?
No, not really, yes. Dave. It still doesn't.
I can hear
great.
You.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Good enough, Dave. Just gotta go.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Well, we're in hot in Marvel now, bro.
So you came in just when we needed you most because we're about to get to the everything else section.
Everything else section. Oh, joy.
Yeah. Secret Wars is getting collected. That's pretty hot. Hold on. Let me go back up because I think I might have missed something that I wanted to mention. Yeah. There's a House of M omnibus coming out. $125.
Oof.
But, man, arguably my favorite Marvel event of all time. It is, dude. I think it's worth it. It collects a whole bunch of books.
I'm not as over the moon about it as you are, but yeah, this was one of those seminal moments. This was a big deal for such a long time.
Man,
really, the Krakoa stuff is like they just finally started. Like this is the biggest shift in the X-Men until Krakoa.
Yeah,
and arguably this might have been the bigger one.
For sure. Yeah, this led to Decimation. This led to some of my favorite books of all time. Without Decimation, there would have been no, Madrox book, and then that wouldn't have led into the X Factor investigations, and shit, Mutant Town and District X. Oh my gosh, just some of the best shit. But yeah, it collects a whole bunch of stuff, and it's all awesome. I love every tie-in. I love every fucking page and panel of the original work. It's just so great, dude. It's one of my favorites of all time. Secret Wars probably gets that, but I could argue against myself for House of M. I really could.
Secret Wars for me, but yeah, House of M is definitely one of those. Like, you should read it in some form, if you haven't already.
Yeah, it's fantastic. A lot of Sinister poster getting us primed for that. But a lot of Star Wars, the new Darth Vader issue, Hidden Empire gets a second printing. High Republic gets issue number 4. So yeah, there you go. Mandalorian, which is a direct adaptation of the first season. Don't be fooled. Number 7.
So we're not breaking new ground there then.
Yeah,
really not worth getting if you've seen the show.
Yeah, unless you're a collector.
If you haven't seen the show, why are you getting it?
Yeah. I only read Star Wars comics. I'm a fucking elitist. Tiger Division number 3, really my cup of tea here either. It's like a brand new team. It leaned into it a little bit too hard early, and I just really lost interest. So, but anyway, maybe I'll catch up here, in a month or two. Wolverine number 29, Juan Jose Rip.
Yeah, we were talking about Legion of XB, a bottom tier X book. This is definitely a top tier X book.
Yeah, Wolverine's top tier. Ben Percy knows exactly what he's doing with the character. But in this arc, anyway, with Juan Jose Rip, it's the art that is carried for me. The story has been good. It's sort of like a back to basics in a way with Logan, which is hard to even say because he's had so many basics. You know what I mean? There's like Crazy Weapon X Logan, and then there's like Feral Logan, and then does he have metal on his bones? Does he not? There's so many weird angles there, but this is definitely exploring the character in a valuable way, and I've adored it. It's been a great run.
It's also been an amazing heel turn for Beast. He has been the biggest bastard in this book. He's doing to Logan the thing that he knows is his worst nightmare,
Yeah. But I mean, it makes sense because that's what governments have always done to Wolverine. So it makes sense that now that Krakoa
is specific. Beast is his friend.
Motherfucker. No, I was. Beast has higher priorities, okay? Beast is trying to save a
Dude,
nation,
don't try to justify Beast.
I know. I can't even do it with a straight face. I can't even. He's an asshole. He's a bastard. But there is a side that you can sort of understand in a twisted, dark way. You know what I mean? He's not as bad as Dark Beast. Like, Dark Beast did it just to be an asshole. At least Hank has sort of that out where no, I had the best interest of Krakoa at heart.
Well, Road to Hell's being paved to good intentions.
Exactly. Yep, 100%, dude, 100%. And X-Men number 18, also top tier. I'd say maybe the third.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Book. Well, there's a lot of really good ones. This is crowded out by things like X-Men Red, and Wolverine's probably a little bit better. But this is damn good. And we're revisiting one of the more interesting things from Hickman's run. We're getting old lady Laura out of the vault,
Yeah, and we thought she was dead. It's actually against the law to clone someone, or not clone, sorry, to resurrect someone, even though it is technically cloning them, to resurrect someone who isn't dead. So yeah, this is going to lead to all kinds of problems. It's going to lead to all kinds of big problems. My guess is old lady Laura don't make it out. That's my guess.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. That's my guess. They both going to be hanging out. It'll be fun for her and Sync to get together. What if she gets out and is mortally wounded and says, "No, Jean, dude, let the young know my memories." You know what I mean?
I'm sure some writer will play with that at some point, yeah.
It's very exciting, though. It's very exciting. Because, that was one of the best threads left over from Hickman's vault and shit like that, All right, moving on. Dynamite. A lot of shit from Marvel, though, this week, man. A lot of shit. Hell Sonya number 2. There's like 100 different Sonyas now, right? There's a green Sonya, red Sonya, yellow Sonya.
One for every color of the rainbow.
Yeah, it's like a Spectrum DC rings. But that's it from Dynamite, Mind Warp, and Hell Sonia. So there you go. Vampirella, Mind Warp. Oh, there also is Vampirella versus Red Sonia. I guess that's something if you're into that stuff. But there you go. Vampirella, Red Sonia × 2. Moving on. Dave.
Alrighty.
Finally.
I don't follow the series a whole lot, but
the
Alpha Betas #4, the C cover variant, I do like that just because it's an homage to like the original Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear. Yeah. No, actually, it wasn't Solid. It was just called Metal Gear back then, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's been a long time.
Oh, right.
I
remember playing that cartridge, man.
Oh,
I was terrible at it.
It was top down trying to stealth game.
Yeah, that was horrible. Yeah. Sneak. What else, man?
It's kind of
Billionaire Island Cult of Dogs has been great. That's what's his name? Mark Russell and Steve Pugh. Great book. Great book. It's really woke. It's really anti-capitalist.
Yeah, it's not a lot of big debuts this week. One book that did kind of catch my interest just because it was it seems to be like supporting a good cause is Coming Home #1. It's essentially, from what I understand, it's essentially kind of retelling the stories of British soldiers coming back from like war zones. And I believe that proceeds go to a foundation to help, I guess the UK equivalent, like the Wounded Warrior Project and stuff.
Yeah, veterans. Yeah. The art is wild. It's got a variety of stuff.
Various artists and stuff. But
yeah. Even cartoonists. I mean, these are cartoonists here. These are cartoonists. I'm just saying it's a really diverse sort of cast here of creators.
Dead Kingdom is just a book I've been following.
No, I don't want to get off this. I don't want to get off Coming Home, man. Yeah, I want to look at this art. It's gorgeous, and it's such a variety of art. So well done. Cool. Yeah. What's the next one?
The Dead Kingdom is next, just a little ways down on the list. It's
just, Dead Kingdom. I haven't gotten into this.
It's
undead.
It's undead fantasy, so it's pretty fun.
Right.
I was kind of excited for this other one. Then I realized it's a reprint. It was the Boogeyman book, but it's Boogeyman #1 New York Comic-Con
reprint.
So if you kind of like,
Dynamic
if you kind of like the next book on the list, if you like Nightmare on Elm Street, and there's like Nightmares and Dreamscapes. Another book, I believe that's what, or a movie that was like had like Randy Quaid in it.
It's Dream Master, you mean?
Not Dream Master.
Yeah.
What? It's been a while. There was a book where people could enter people's dream. No, it's not a book. Well, Dream Master is the book. I'm just saying that it's very akin to a movie like Nightmare on Elm Street and like Nightmares and Dreamscapes. There's an old '80s movie where you can enter people's dreams.
Dave, that one has not persisted into the modern day. I have no idea.
Yeah, that one has not lasted not the longevity of the Freddy Krueger, shit. But Jonathan Hedrick's great. He did a book called The Recount, which is getting a sequel very soon. Really cool guy. Really fun guy.
End After End.
That book.
It was another book.
Number 5.
Number 5.
The series there. I think that's a wrap on that.
I believe so. I think that's the final issue of the series. It's a really weird,
but this kind of like a fantasy thing too. It's a weird,
but it kind of like it shifts between like the modern world and a fantasy world. It's kind of like it's very strange to explain it.
Yeah. Fun though.
I don't know if the shop's going to get the next book. Final Gamble #1.
Yeah, I would doubt it. It does look interesting, but it's on a very obscure publisher, Band of Bards. But it's basically a couple of guys fall in with a bookie and then have to go and enter like a human hunting contest where they're getting hunted or some shit. Or they're hunting and they're all hunt. You know what I mean? Like a gladiator sort of thing.
Battle Royale, Last Man Standing. Yeah.
Yeah, seems really cool, man. I'm hoping I can find a copy online.
Interesting premise. I just don't know if our shop will get it.
Yeah, I don't think so. It'll be hard to find this in paper. Let's
see.
If you're a big
fan of where did it go? All right. If you're a big fan of Kamen Rider, we've got a Kamen Rider number 01 issue 2 is out.
Yeah, Brandon Easton writing this. Very, well-known guy. It's on Titan Comics. They're more of a British publisher, which is probably why this is on their line, because they're probably more fans of this. Yeah.
Didn't Titan like pick up like Tank Girl a while back? I believe that was Titan.
Yep.
They did some James Bond stuff, and there was like Rivers of England.
Yeah, they lost that
London.
James Bond stuff. It went.
Yeah, they lost it to Dynamite, but they did publish James Bond for a while.
They did. A lot of variants for this one. Very nice.
Yeah.
Nick.
The next one is Monsters of Metal. Krampus in concert is just the Krampus going on basically a
this seems so stupid.
But this Opus Opus
of these creators,
comics Opus Comics, they're like translating like these like crazy movies into comic book form now. They had one like last week which was based off of Deathgasm.
Guy who Yes, exactly. Pretty cool though. Pretty cool. Opus is they're an up and comer. They got a niche. They found themselves a niche, What else, man?
I think that's about
it.
Like
you said, there aren't any debuts, dude.
No, there isn't a whole lot of debuts. The only other thing that's really caught my attention here is it's a Gorgo collected volume.
It's
Silver Age Classics. It's Silver Age Classics Gorgo. It's a
okay.
It's a British kaiju.
Right.
So these are all like the stories
Steve
and stuff.
Ditko art in there.
Yeah, this is like old comic book stuff that they did either around the time of the movie or after the movie.
I know that Gorgo exists. That's about all I can tell you about him. But I do know that it has a bit of a pedigree behind it.
In kaiju circles, nice. Gorgo is kind of making a comeback right now.
That's rad.
Particular I would say merchandise toy maker or something got the license to Gorgo before the end of last year, and people are kind of excited about that. So we're getting some like new Gorgo merch coming.
New Gorgo merch. Cool. Well, those are all the books coming out.
What a time to be alive.
A slew of them.
Yeah,
really
I mean,
is,
well,
man.
you know,
really
if you're
one question for Dave
fan,
before we see what we're looking forward to. Yeah, right. Did you read Trojan last week?
I did not get a copy of that.
All right, we'll talk about it later. Oh, dude, it's rad. It's right up your fucking alley, dude. You have got to find a copy. It's so good. Anyway, what are we looking forward to next week, gentlemen?
Oh, well, reliables like Wolverine and X-Men are all really good. Daredevil's up there. A lot of Marvel stuff this week. A lot of their big guns come out.
So much Marvel. I mean, all the Marvel mainstays. The only thing on my list this week, besides I Am Batman, is Lazarus Planet Alpha #1 from DC. The only 2 DC books, even on my radar this week. But I Am Batman is just, it's like reading Batman. I read I Am Batman just like I read Batman. It just happens. But yeah, I'm really stoked to see where this Lazarus Planet is heading. I'm really excited to see that. But and I guess the big call out for Marvel for me is the Miles Morales, Spidey book. I'm really stoked for that.
Let's see. The Black Cloaks from Image.
Seems okay.
Little Monsters.
Seems okay.
I actually kind of excited for this Nemesis Reloaded.
Yeah, are you a fan of the Nemesis books?
I did pick them up back in the day.
Cool, cool. Very nice.
What was it? Dark Horse. Dark Horse has a book that I think's coming to the series is finalizing. Masquerade.
Yes,
number 4.
Masquerade is ending. Yep.
That has been a really interesting series.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit, but yeah, it's been okay. It's been all right.
Other than that, just some of my non-Marvel standalones. Something is Killing the Children.
Right. The mainstays.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot independent wise. I'm probably going to pick up this week. I think I'm probably going to go pretty heavy into Image, Dark Horse, Boom, and maybe
the big boys.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Nothing in Marvel's really like saying I need to pick it up.
Yeah.
A Human Target from DC.
Nice. Good call out. Awesome. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. If you loved us, you'll love the Bullies. Go check them out. They did a show last night. You can find them in all the channels that we're on, or go to outrightgeekery.com and find links to everything that they got going on. Eli and Leroy doing just a really fun pop culture show, every week. It's a whole lot of fun. And outrightgeekery.com's got links to everything we got. YouTube, social media, all the shit. Go to Facebook. Search for Outright Geekery. Join the group page over there. Andy's running that thing. It's a shit ton of fun. We have fun over there all the time. What else? Come back Sunday. We're going to do our news and review show, our weekly shit where we talk all the new news worth newsing about comic books and review our favorites of the week previous. This guy, Andy. Thanks, Andy. Always hanging out. But yeah, thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. We really appreciate it. But most of all, thanks to these jokers for hanging out with this joker.
Always fun.
Indeed.
We are going to do it again next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
What a world.